Good morning, A pushers. It is Wednesday, and many of you are going to be here tomorrow, and the rest of you are going to be here on Friday. Super, super excited. I wanted to make this short video just to explain what a push is going to be like. Since we have students who are on an A schedule, a B schedule, and some who are still choosing to stay at home for remote learning, we're going to keep things as similar as we can. We're going to try to keep everything almost exactly the same, mostly just because this is a transition period. We don't know where we're headed, and we hope, fingers crossed, that we're back in school for the entire semester. So let's go through what to expect in class. As I said, we have A students, B students, and we still have some students that are supposed to be in person, but yet are going to stay home for this transition period. All learners will be doing the same assignments on the same day. We are following the pacing guide for all assignments. We are following due dates for all assignments. It's not like the A group's going to be doing one thing and the B group's going to be doing something else. The lessons are going to be exactly the same. Keeping with what we are doing, I think we've got a pretty good rhythm going. So we want to keep that stride. And as this is an AP class, we are expected to cover a set amount of curriculum. Doesn't leave us a lot of time for dalliance. We have to stick to the pacing guide, and we've got to stick to it religiously. We are still going to attempt to get the entire week out in advance. We've been posting it on Friday. If it doesn't happen on Friday, at the very latest on Monday. I hope that you're appreciative of that, and I hope it allows you to work around other scheduling that you might have. Last, I have down here, kind of got cut off. Assignments will still be due 2 days later. You have a 48-hour turnaround. And let's face it, the lesson objectives, the assessments aren't super long or involved. 48 hours, 2 days is plenty of time. They are still due at 8:30. That does not change. So prior to arrival, you need to have your work that is due on that day completed. So it's still that 48-hour turnaround time period. So let's go through a daily routine. It's not going to be me lecturing live simply because we have so much content to get through. You still get to experience myself and Dr. Hensey on the videos. You are going to watch the lesson video to the completion. It might be the first time for some of you that you've watched any of the videos. It might be the first time that you've watched it until the very bitter end. Watch it to completion. They're all less than 15 minutes, and we have pared down the curriculum into the barest of bare bones. So you need to watch all of it. You need to take notes on the lesson video. You can choose to do that on paper. You can choose to do that into the EOL. You can choose to type your notes onto your Chromebook. You are to then complete the self-assessment. The self-assessments are what is on the College Board. They're 2 questions, 3 questions, sometimes 4 or 5 questions. Those are part of your participation grade. Some of you found out and you wondered why your participation grade wasn't stellar. Some of you hadn't even logged on and accessed the College Board account yet. It's for your own benefit to get used to these AP style questions. They don't take that long. Also in class, complete the objective assessment. Every lesson has an assessment. They don't take that long. It's a timeline, it's a map, it's a chart, it's an SAQ, it's an FRQ, it's a DBQ. Not going to be super long, super involved. If there is time, Q&A. I can answer questions. We can go over questions. We can talk current events if everybody seems to have their work finished. Time permitting, you maybe also can get finished with the EOL. I do encourage you to do the end of the lesson questions right away, immediately following the lesson. If you don't finish the EOL, that's something that you could do at home for homework. So that's the expectation for the day-to-day routine. What you need to have for class, you need to have a Chromebook or your own personal laptop. Please charge it overnight. It needs to be fully charged. I don't want you to be using it in my class and maybe in your Spanish or German class, and then come the end of the day, you need it and it's not charged. Make sure it's charged. Make sure you're able to access it. Make sure you have earbuds, your own earbuds that are compatible with your device. If you don't have any, I recommend Dollar Tree. They're cheap. Or maybe go out and buy a super nice pair if mom and dad will let you. Tell them you have to have it. or Dollar Tree. Either one works. If you like taking notes on your pen and paper, bring a notebook, bring pens, bring paper, bring highlighters, go crazy. Bring lots of clothes, lots of clothes. Layer it up. Layers, layers, layers. It is seriously colder than the Penguin House at the St. Louis Zoo in this building. Reason for that is that they are filtering and circulating the air twice as much as they used to, obviously because of COVID, you know. So layer it up, bring a sweatshirt. Right now, I'm starting to lose feeling in my fingers, and my office where I'm at is one of the warmer spaces in the school. Also, bring a water bottle. They're not allowing any other drinks like soda and tea and juice. Bring a water bottle. Maybe even my favorite thing in the entire world is, a stainless steel straw. They're magical. They make everything taste better and colder. You can like take a little sip and move your mask. So I digressed. I got super excited about my stainless steel straw, and it's good for the environment too. And last, here are some changes to traditional school. Obviously, you're going to be wearing a mask. Obviously, the hallways are one way. There's dress code has been changed. Yay, yay. Enjoy that. Don't ruin that, because you guys could really capitalize on that, and the dress code could be relaxed forever. So stay with it. Don't do anything or wear anything that you shouldn't be. Hall passes, they're really not limiting, they really are limiting your hall passes. Unless you are on the threshold of death, you need to stay in class. You can't get up to go to the bathroom. You can't get up to get water. You guys are at home most of the time now, and your bladder is on its own schedule, which is so nice. You're going to be back to a school schedule. So unless you want to become a camel for 2 or 3 days, try to get yourself on a regular schedule. Find out where your classes are, where there is a refillable water station, where the bathrooms are. Because the nurses are going to be completely overwhelmed, you're going to have to do that checklist. If you feel ill and if you have a headache or if you have any other symptoms, please, please, please stay home. Don't just ask to go to the nurse. Maybe have mom and dad get some Band-Aids. Maybe raid your younger brother and sisters like Star Wars Band-Aids or whatever. It's not going to be where you're going to be allowed to go to the nurse for any reason, because we're taking this all very, very seriously. Emailing me is still a great way to communicate. You're not going to be allowed to just leave one class and go and check in with a teacher, since the hall passes are going to be limited. They don't want students wandering around because of contact tracing. So you really can't just go into a different teacher's classroom other than when it's during your assigned time. So there is just one more. I know this video is getting a little long. There are mandatory seating charts that I have posted. Please look at them. The classrooms look real strange, but we're back in school, which is way more important than how the classrooms look. So please check where you're supposed to be and get there, and I will obviously be there to assist you. Arrive early, remain in your seat, limit your movement. You're not going to be allowed to get up and wander around. There's going to be sanitizing wipes in like a giant tub on my desk. I recommend, if you have your own personal hand sanitizer or maybe even small thing of wipes to go, bring them. So that's about it for policies and procedures. I cannot wait to see you guys in the next couple of days. It is going to be a little strange, but it's going to be, super, super fun. I am so happy you guys have settled into a nice routine, and you are doing a great job with keeping up with things. So let's rock this back to school business, and I will see you guys very soon. Have a great Wednesday.